United Nations Social Justice. Aduwa Bright Victory Digital Library. Social Education. History Research Center. Presented by Batyglut Imam. Capitalism. Development of Capitalism and Nationalism 1815 to 1914. Features of capitalism. Capitalism has been the dominant economic system in the Western world since the collapse of feudalism. In the capitalist system, most means of production are privately owned. The growth of capitalism was influenced significantly by the Industrial Revolution. The Industrial Revolution first started in England in the 18th century. The Great Industrial Revolution was mainly responsible for the tremendous economic transformation in Western Europe and the United States of America in the 19th century. After England, Belgium, France, and the German states were European countries that became industrialized. Following the Industrial Revolution, new sources of energy and power, particularly coal and steam, replaced wind and water powers. The factory system was created to replace the domestic system. In WHCH, individual workers used hand tools or simple machinery to fabricate goods in their own homes or workshops attached to their homes. Industrialization promoted the development of new socio-economic classes, especially the proletariat and the bourgeoisie. Outing the early modern period, Europeans built a transatlantic economy in which the slave trade and slavery played a key role. Modern industrial capitalism arose from 18th-century transatlantic commerce. Europeans made a large amount of money through their network of colonies and sugar, cotton, and tobacco plantations. These riches, sometimes referred to as capital, were used to fund Europe's industrialization. As a result, the transatlantic slave trade and plantation riches were important factors in the development of capitalism in Europe. For example, the slave trade delivered tremendous riches to British port towns such as Liverpool. Textile mills subsequently played a key part in the rise of the city of Manchester. The means of production in the capitalist system are owned by a small group of wealthy individuals known as capitalists or bourgeoisie. The proletariat receive wages for their labor. The creation of products and services in a capitalist economy is based on demand and supply, or free commerce and competition, as in a market economy. The government imposes fewer restrictions and interferes less. The capitalist economy differs from the socialist economy's central planning structure, which is also known as a command economy. A command economy is one in which the government is in charge of the economy. It is also an economy in which the government controls the volume of production, their distribution, and prices. Features of capitalism: private property, competition, market-determined price by demand and supply, profit is the motive and no or little governmental interference. In countries like Germany and Italy, industrialization was linked to the mass militarization and nationalism, which ultimately led to World War I. Then these countries felt that they had to buoy up colonial empires in order to compete with the long-time colonial powers such as Great Britain and France.
ሰላም ይብዛላችሁ።